Hopefully you all have one of these. Does anyone not have one of these for today? Okay, great. And if we need any extras, I'll have them here on the stage so that you can pull one if you need an extra, if you make a mistake, or you want to try again, or you want an extra copy. I made plenty for today. A couple of things. I know some of you got signed out of the app. If you did, make sure you go to FIT-Joshua Williams and then click on the top right. That's where you click in order to get back in. It's not the Fashion Institute of Technology. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. Also, remember that your event critiques are coming due, so those need to be done. You still have plenty of time to do your lecture preps. Those go all the way till the end of the semester. Remember, the last day of class is not, we don't have a speaker, so it's the second to last week that is due. All of your grades for the current issues, I think I announced that last week, are up. So if anyone has any questions about that, be sure to see me. And I think that's all two more things. So next week, we will have Vazamati speaking. She is the founder of Kenroy, which is an underwear company, men's underwear company. She just sold that company and is now working as a consultant. So she'll be talking to you about what it's like to set up a whole company, both wholesale and e-com. The week after that will be John Paul Zagami. He was the head designer at Ralph Lauren for the men's, and then actually started their watch department and started to develop their watch line. And if you know anything about Ralph Lauren watches, many of those are going for $100,000 a piece. Very expensive pieces. He was very much a part of that, so he'll be speaking that week. The week after that, we have the head of, I'm dropping the name right now, but a head of a bag company out of LA. He'll be coming in from Los Angeles to speak to you. So that's the next 3 weeks, and I know I owe you one more week, which is May 7th, so that will be announced probably next week, okay? So thank you for your patience there. All right, that was a lot of announcements today. Let's get started. I'm always really excited to have Meg come and speak with us, and as you know, I've already asked you to come down a little further. This is definitely going to be more of an engaged class today than our usual. So I hope you're ready to participate and feel very uncomfortable. That's the goal of today's class. So hopefully you have your pages ready, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to give you a little bio about Meg so you understand who she is before we get talking. She has spent decades building a very multifaceted career in performance, cosmetics, and media. She's also an author. Her book is called Lessons, Lyrics, and Lipstick.
Home Shopping Diva.
Oh, yeah, Home Shopping Diva. It's right there. Yeah. Home Shopping Diva, yes. She performs seminars for men and women embarking on similar vocations. She's the makeup artist for OLAY. As national makeup artist for OLAY, Meg worked closely with public relations, marketing, and product development. She's a home shopping brand ambassador. She's grown sales for PERLIER on TSC Canada, Aloette on Shop NBC, PRAI on TVSN, StriVectin on QVC. She became the New York-based director of education for TATCHA Skincare, and I think you are now working with another line too, yes? So we'll get to that. She began her cosmetic career in New York City at Bergdorf Goodman, resident makeup artist for Yves St. Laurent. She has been featured on the Discovery Channel, 15 national publications, People Magazine, NBC Daytime, CNN, 2020, The View, documentary films, and numerous private clients. She is the member of both acting unions, has filmed numerous commercials and corporate training films. She is also a MAC award-winning performer. She's an amazing singer and entertainer. So if you ever get a chance to see her shows, you should. So with that in mind, there's so much more to say, but I'm going to leave it at that because then we can talk about it. So welcome, Meg, back to FIT. I'm Oprah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Oprah.
So you've been here a few times, and we've never done it this way before, so this will be a lot of fun. And we're not going to spend a lot of time talking. It's a lot more fun to get to the meat of today, which will be what Meg does best: sell product. But I wanted to kind of start at the beginning of your story, because you did start your career in cosmetics at Bergdorf, and I know that wasn't your plan.
No, I mean, my whole story is about making lemonade out of lemons and just trying to use whatever you're handed to grow yourself and to grow your career. and to kind of dance with the universe a little bit, because there is this sense of when you don't have the perfect plan, or the plan isn't happening as planned, that if you're open and awake to sort of things falling in your lap and you kind of try them out, that doors will open to you that you least expect. Basically, I like to say to everybody, say yes. Just say yes as much as you can to every opportunity, because you really have no idea where it's going to take you, and that the plan that you have may not really be the plan that's going to fulfill your heart. So for me, I majored in theater at NYU, and I was working in the theater, and I was doing cabaret acts, and I needed a job because, you know, I had to pay the bills. And I was a terrible waitress, horrible waitress. So when my purse was stolen and all my makeup, I found myself at the Clinique counter in Macy's with my mom back in 1987. And before I knew it, they offered me a job. I was like, what do they see in me that I could do this? I didn't know I could do this. So that turned into this whole path of this company investing in me, training in me, giving me a wonderful part-time job while I was pursuing theater. And then that led to Bergdorf Goodman, and then that led to launching Stila at Barney's, and then that led to doing, you know, simultaneously doing commercials and voiceovers and corporate training films. And then my agent put together, wow, you sell cosmetics and you are this actress on commercials. Have you thought of doing home shopping? I was like, home shopping? I'm an actress. Well, thankfully, I tried it and I loved it, because it was this industry that used all my pieces. It used the part of me that loves to write, that loves to teach, that loves to sell, that loves to entertain, that loves improvisation, because it's all live, it's unscripted. And then, of course, the pressure that you have to sell at the end of it. She has to pick up the phone and buy something from you. So it constantly teaches you how to be authentic and to stay in the moment and not push, because if she doesn't trust you, why would she buy something from you? So that started back in 1999, 2000, and I'm going strong. And so on Thursday, I launched a skincare brand called Laurent on HSN, and it was a perfect crash course for me, a reminder course for me of what we're going to teach you today about, if you have, though, a technique, how to prepare yourself, you will be okay with whatever live, unscripted situation you're in. Because what happens in home shopping is you prepare yourself. You have to have your features, your benefits, your study results when it comes to skincare, your before and after shots, and how you're going to talk to them, how are you going to talk to the model that's demonstrating your product, how are you going to engage with the host. But anything could happen, so you have to be able to switch your cell at any time, like little floating chunks in your head. So if you know what you want to say, then the improvisation is fun. You just have to figure out where you're going to plug everything in. So this is my technique of how to prepare for a product sell. And what's great for you guys is, you know, I don't expect you to end up on home shopping, but what it's going to teach you is how to present anything. Present, you know, what you're designing to a client, a possible boss. You know, if you're asking for people to fund your own company one day, how are you going to get them to give you money? These tools will prepare you in any conversation you need to have with somebody where you need to make an impression and you want something in return. So if we look at the chart here, how it works in the world of home shopping, before we even get to selling a product, we want to know who you are. Why should I listen to you, right? So what I often start off when I'm on these shows is I'll say, well, my name is Meg Flather, and I've been in the beauty business for 30 years, based in New York City, and I've worn so many hats, different aspects of the business. And what they all have in common is I am personally, and this is true, really passionate about empowering women and men to make smart decisions about their skincare so that they really love what they buy and they get the results that they want from what they buy. And I only partner with brands that I absolutely love and that I've used myself. So that's what I say about myself. Then you go to the next piece, well then what's this company that you're working for, Meg? So when you come up and do your presentation, it'll be the company of the product you're going to sell. So for me, I just launched some Orlan skincare. So I say, well, Orlan and I actually became partners back in 2002 because they own PERLIER, which is a brand that I sell for them in Canada. Well, they also are this beautiful French luxury brand. And the reason I believe in Orlan is they were established in 1947, based in Paris. And before Orlan, skincare just smelled good, and it felt good, and it comforted skin, and it didn't do anything. Nobody had learned yet how to introduce anti-aging ingredients into formulas, and nobody had learned how to test those formulas in clinical studies. So Orlan, 70 years ago, was the brand that created the prestige skincare category. And so they're the ones that introduced anti-aging ingredients. They introduced formulas that actually changed skin, and then they proved their formulas in clinical studies, and 70 years later, they're going strong. They're sold globally in prestige department stores, known for their education, known for their high customer service standard. They have a beautiful institute in Paris. They are sold in spas and five-star hotels. And I'm passionate about it because it's for all skin types, all ages, and they've mastered the art of botanicals as anti-aging skincare. So then I go into selling the product. So what we have here today for you is a great way to try Orlan because you don't have to throw away what we're using now. And this was actually very smart of the company. We decided to launch an accessory item so that people could try one item and try the brand, but not feel like they had to buy a whole line of new products. So I said, to the customers, you can keep your eye cream and you can keep your moisturizer and you can keep your neck cream, but I'd love you to try this super dose. Now what this super dose is pure hyaluronic acid in a dropper. And the reason you want hyaluronic acid is that when you're young, you produce hyaluronic acid. And when you're young, it's the hyaluronic acid in your skin that makes it soft and supple and smooth and dewy. But as we age, 54 years old, that slows down. So wouldn't it make sense to put pure hyaluronic acid back into my skin to teach my skin again how to behave as it once did, giving back to my skin what my skin used to make? And that's exactly what the product is. So this is how it works. So twice a day on clean skin, you simply do 2 drops. Boom, boom. And the bottom of the bottle here is soft, so it does all the work for you. And where, Orlan is so brilliant is not only is it this perfect pharmacological dosage of pure hyaluronic acid for all skin types, but it's the perfect molecular weight to absorb. Because what good is skincare if it doesn't absorb, right? So then, next part of the sell is the demonstration. So I tell them it's not sticky, it's not greasy, it's not tacky, there's no odor, it's unisex. And then I like to apply it from the inside out because at Orlan we believe when you start from the inside out when you apply product, you help detoxify the skin manually and you flush out the impurities just by your hands doing this movement, and then you get the perfect application of the product. And then I finally end with 100% of women on our customer survey, 100% of women said their skin was smoother within 3 weeks. And that's really important to women of all ages because in this beauty industry, smoothness is code for texture. And texture is code for large pores, lines and wrinkles, roughness. So all you have to do is incorporate this with what you're using now. You can put it on clean skin. You can cocktail it with your moisturizer. You can cocktail it with your eye cream. You can cocktail it with your neck cream. You don't have to throw anything away, but you're giving back to your skin what your skin used to produce that was your moisturizer. So then I close the sale, and the host goes in and says, okay, that's $47, free shipping and handling, 2 easy pays, and that's the sell. So let's see if I followed my own chart. So I did the opening of who I am, right? So that was interesting, right? That was jaw-dropping. Then I told you about the company, right? And I think it showed you the points of difference of the company, right? Then 3 features and benefits about the product. So let's see if you guys can figure out the difference between a feature and a benefit. What was a feature that I shared? And what does that do? Perfect. Give her an A. What's another feature that I shared?
You said that the bottle is set up in a way for you to squeeze out like the perfect amount so you don't do this and squeeze out like too much.
Exactly. And?
Cream itself is lightweight so that when you put it in your skin, it doesn't just sit there.
Exactly. And what about a feature being that it's pure hyaluronic acid? Did you get to learn what that meant? Did you feel like I was clear in why you care about hyaluronic acid? So one feature was the bottle does all the work. The dropper gives you the right weight, gives you the right molecular weight and the right dosage. You know, hyaluronic acid, body's own moisturizer. As we age, we slow down. So putting it back into the skin is going to give us soft, smooth, firm skin. And then is there a third feature that I shared? You can cocktail it with anything you're using now. You can use it with your moisturizer, you can use it with your eye cream, you can use it with your neck cream. Then, when we go down to the third piece, selling support. So in an ideal show, I would have shown you some before and afters. So I would have shown the difference in the women's skin before and after. But one of the selling supports that I did share was the customer survey, that 100% of women saw smoother texture in 30 days. All the women that we tested saw that result. So that would be considered selling support. And even my demonstration of showing you how to apply it to the skin would be considered selling support. And then I would wrap it up and try to condense everything I said by saying, so this is pure hyaluronic acid, the bottle does all the work, it's going to put hydration back into your skin, you can use it with what you're using now, you can use it on your clean skin by itself, and Orlan is a beautiful brand that's been around 70 years, it created the prestige category, and I'm very honored to partner with them. And then I would close the sale. So, now, it's your turn. I'm going to play the host. It's going to be so much fun. This is not a competition. We're having fun. So who wants to volunteer and come up and sell something with me? Of course, I'm going to help you. We're going to totally do this together. Nobody is going to be, all right, come on down. That's a good girl. What's your name? Kaisa, fabulous.
I'm going to grab a mic.
Great. You get an A for being the first. This is a lot of fun, you guys. Don't be scared. It's all for learning. All for learning. Good to meet you, beautiful lady. Oh, you're so beautiful. Look at you. Wow.
There you go.
All right. So now the thing about, I think what we can do is, can you guys hear if we don't use the mic?
We just won't get it on the film, though. That's the only thing.
Well, how about this?
Yeah, we can do that. Yep, absolutely.
Let's do the standing mic, and then I can break into song, too. Yeah, okay, great. So you're using...
Yeah, I have a thing for lip gloss.
Fabulous,
so.
fabulous, fabulous. This is perfect.
Okay.
All right. So, look at your little worksheets there. What Kaisa has to do is first come up with her opening sentence about who she is, why we should listen to her, okay? Then she's going to talk about, let's just choose one of those to start.
Well, I have this one on right now.
Perfect, let's do that. So then she's going to talk about this brand of lip gloss and why she likes it. And then she's going to say 3 features about this specific lip gloss. And then she's going to follow with 3 benefits after the feature. So a feature would be like, this is, a black sweater. The benefit, it matches all my black clothing. That's an example. So come this way, darling. You can kids put this down.
Okay.
You're going to use this. Here's your selling table, because a lot of times on home shopping, we have a little table. So do you want to just practice, do you want to quietly just think before you do it? Are you ready to go?
I think I'm going to just speak.
Okay. But you're going to follow the thing of
Yeah.
why you,
Wait.
why the brand, 3 features and benefits,
Okay.
and then bring it all together and close the sale.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's Kaisha.
Kaisa.
Kaisa's beautiful.
Thank you.
So we're going to pretend that our TV network is FIT TV, all right? So, ready?
Yeah.
So we are back on FIT TV, and we are having beauty, 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 beauty in the house. All about beauty. So Kaisa from New York City has come all the way to our network to tell us all about some great new lip gloss, because she is the lip gloss queen. So tell us first about yourself, darling.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kaisa, and I'd like to think of myself as a lip gloss connoisseur. I have been wearing lip gloss for as long as I can remember, and I have been using this specific brand of lip gloss from L'Oreal. And yeah, I would say one of the benefits are it keeps your lips moisturized all day. You don't have to worry about reapplying it. And for the most part, it's a neutral lip color, so it's something that you can wear every day without having to worry about it being too flashy. And you said something about this out.
Now you can do the demonstration.
Oh, okay.
A tip.
So basically, the lip gloss comes like this, and I love the shape of the lip gloss because it's shaped almost as an upside down heart. And when you're applying it, like so, you're gonna get it into the corners of your lips
Ah,
and like around the Cupid's bow area without having to like worry about it getting messy. And I feel like I applied it without a mirror and I looked bomb. But
I agree.
so yeah, applying is very easy, and the application brush has like perfect little fuzzies that don't feel like they're overbearing, and it's carrying, also when you're taking out the lip gloss, it's taking out the perfect and right amount for you, so you don't feel like you have to keep on dipping back in there. And
And now
yeah.
bring it together. So wrap it up.
Ooh, wrap it up.
Put all your pieces together.
I forgot what I said.
You're good.
Okay, so basically, you should buy this if you're into a natural look for a lip gloss, and yeah.
Okay, not bad. All right. So now we're gonna dissect her cell, and then we're gonna have her do it again after we give her constructive feedback, because it's a nice, happy room. Lots of love in the room. So how did you like her opening about why you should listen to her about lip gloss? Did she come across authentic?
You got something to say, Bram Ram?
You know, did she come across authentic, friendly, good, relatable, excellent? Okay, and then do you feel like she talked about the brand? The brand clearly? Did you get a sense of who L'Oreal is as far as lip gloss before she went into the lip gloss? Okay, so that's the one piece. We have to talk a little bit
L'Oreal.
more about L'Oreal.
Okay.
Okay, and how did you like, yes?
I know this, you know. More happy, like less monotone, you know what I mean? Just more like, hi Meg, how are you? So good to see you. So it's like,
Well, you know, the thing is, that's fine, but the truth is what matters more is that you are yourself. And that's the most important thing, because if you put on a personality and do this and the customer doesn't believe you, she's going to flip the channel. She's already flipping the channel. We learned like some statistics that about the percentage of people that are, first of all, listening to home shopping in the background. So it's so hard to get their attention. So what is it that's getting their attention to turn around and actually watch? And it is 99% of the time, it's because they believe the person. And there's something about the tone of the voice and the body language, let alone what they're saying, that makes women feel like they can trust them. Because it's all about trust. So I'd rather you just be yourself, your best self, than, and if your self is perky and fun and fabulous, but I'd rather you be your best self than an idea of what you think is going to sell the product. Because what's more important is connection. It's all about connection. So, but I thought you did a really good job with why you love lip glosses and what you look for in lip gloss. I loved your demo. I think what would be really ideal is if you started with the demo and talked about it at the same time. Because that's something also we learn on home shopping, is just to hold your product and really get into your product right out of the gate, because it's saying to the customer, I love this product, you'll love this product. And one of the things I learned the hard way is I would stand there and sell the product like that. Well, what does that say about me? Like I'm not dealing with it, I'm not owning it, I'm not sharing it. So, and then I think also keep it to 3, because there's a magic number of 3. When customers are listening to a sell, they can hear 3 things. You'll notice politicians do this all the time. We're going to build the economy this 3 ways, and then we're all ready, and we hear 1, and here we 2, and we hear 3. So you're setting up that customer to stay with you, letting her know you're not going to go on and on and on and on. You know, so keep it 3 features and benefits, 3 reasons why she cares, and then wrap it up. So let's see you do it again.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Let me introduce
we need
you.
to talk about like the L'Oreal thing, because they said they want to know more about the brand.
You just say something about why you like the brand.
Okay.
You know, just you know what it is, just to get the technique in your head.
All right.
So the technique is why me, why the brand, why this product, 3 features, 3 benefits, wrap it up.
Okay.
It's the way, and you can do this no matter what it is you do in your life, whether it's selling yourself, selling an apartment, selling an idea. You know, it's a way to organize your thoughts whenever you have a meeting of any kind in front of people. Why you, why this product, and then 3 reasons, 3 specific reasons, 3 benefits of those reasons, and then let the customer know what you've already told them. That's what I mean by the wrapping it up. So what we understand is da-da-da-da-da, 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 bring it together. So it's kind of like a term paper. You know how you write the introduction, in this paper I'm going to explain this, then you explain it, and at the end of the paper you say, basically I did what I said I was going to do. So that's basically what a good sell is. All right, ready? Welcome back to FIT TV. It is beauty time, beauty in the house, and we have a wonderful beauty expert all the way from New York City, which really is the beauty central capital of the world. So her name is Kaisa, and she's here to tell us all about lip gloss, which I'm really grateful for, because I'm someone who struggles with choosing lip gloss and what I'm looking for. So help me, help our viewers with how to do that.
Well, I hope what I'm about to tell you today will help you out. Hi everyone, my name is Kaisa, and I would consider myself a lip gloss connoisseur because I have been using lip gloss for as long as I can remember. Today, I'm here to talk about this lip gloss from the brand L'Oreal, and I have been using L'Oreal since literally like I started wearing makeup, and I would say it's a very trustworthy brand, especially for women of color, so, you know.
Excellent.
Like I was saying, so basically, this lip gloss is amazing because, one, the applicator has a point to it, and when you're applying it to your lips, you can easily get the corners of your lips without any problem. And the product, the formula of the lip gloss basically helps keep your lips moisturized all day, so you don't have to worry about reapplying it constantly. And also, it comes in like a very natural shade color. Like you'll get a little bit of shininess going on, but it's not like overwhelming at the same time. And yeah, so basically, if you like a little bit of shimmer, but you know, a little bit of natural lookiness to it and stuff like that, then you should go for this lip gloss.
That was much better, right? Doesn't that give her a round of applause? Okay, so did you see though how when she held on to the outline that she stayed focused? And when you stay focused, you don't have to search for words as much because you have, your brain is on like a trip following a map. So that was really great. The only place that you stumbled was the wrapping up.
Yeah.
So the wrapping up is just basically reiterating the top. You know,
Yeah,
you don't have to. You don't have to do the whole cell again. But you just basically want to say, you know, you just want to end it. So end it however creatively you can do it. Fabulous. And she gets a lot of points for being the first one. So thank you very much. All right, who's next? It's fun. It's easy. Come on, volunteer. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. I came all the way from Hell's Kitchen to be here. Let's go. Okay, let's go. That's okay. We're going to have a great time. Woohoo! You're beautiful. This is fun, you guys.
We'll have to lower the mic.
That's all right. What's your name?
Sasha.
Sasha. I'm Meg. Nice to meet you. All right. Is that good, darling? Okay, so what is your product?
Uniforms.
Fabulous.
For kids, I'm sort of making this up now.
That's good. That's great.
Uniforms for kids ages like 8 to 12
Beautiful.
for sports.
Beautiful. Do you want to pretend you're wearing one?
Sure.
To pretend you're demoing it?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'll be a
Sasha.
kid.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to FIT TV. We have a wonderful show planned. We're going to talk about kids' clothing. I mean, that's something that we all really spend so much money on, and we make a lot of mistakes with it. So wouldn't it be great to have an expert from New York City helping us to do it right? Well, that's what we have here today. It's Sasha from New York City, here to talk about a new brand that she's developed. Welcome to FIT TV.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Well, talk to us. Who are you, Sasha?
Well, I'm actually from Pittsburgh originally, and my idea starts with a story, really.
Beautiful.
I have a niece who has an older sister who was on a soccer team, and my brother wanted her to play soccer. She refused to play. She was a little bit of a couch potato, and her older sister came home in her uniform, and it had this big tiger on the back, this ferocious tiger. And my little niece looked at the uniform and said, well, I want to play. And she signed up, got another uniform, similar, different style, but still cool, and she now loves soccer. She's no longer a couch potato, but it was really the uniform that sold it to her.
Fabulous. What a great
Yes,
story.
and-
so that led you to create your own uniform line.
Yes, well, I actually did a little research first. It turns out that's an issue nationwide. We've got low enrollment in sports, and sports involvement has been linked to self-esteem and health and teamwork and all of these really great things. So if we can get enrollment up, let's try uniforms.
Yes. So what do you have? So tell us about what you have
Yeah,
here today.
so I'm actually wearing
Fabulous.
an 8-year-old's uniform. You can see that I've got a shark on the back. We're the Pittsburgh Sharks, and we actually allow sometimes the team to get involved in the design, which is really sort of fun for them. So if they have a mascot or they want a mascot, we'll sort of help them workshop it. So this was a team in Minnesota, and they loved sharks, and so we made this, and it was our prototype, and it's actually sold 50 million of them nationwide and worldwide now. We're really successful.
Perfect. So how did she do? All right, so let's break it down. I loved the story, and that's a big component of home shopping, especially if you're the inventor, is telling a story of the product. But did you get 3 features and benefits? Did you really want to pick up the phone and buy the uniform? Or did you want to pick up the phone and buy her? I wanted to buy her, but we want her to sell the uniform at the same time. You're adorable. So what you're going to do, we're going to do it again. Think of 3 things about this design that you're wearing and point it out clearly and concisely. It doesn't have to be a long sell, just very clearly 3 points about the uniform, because she has to buy the uniform from you. So she's fallen in love with you. She's fallen in love with you with the story. She's fallen in love with you because of the good it's going to do. And she's got a couch potato daughter that she wants to get involved in sports. So that part you mastered. What you've got to do, though, is now sell your product.
Can I fast forward to the selling parts?
Yeah, well, you could edit the story down. This is what we do. Listen, when you do home shopping and you're the today's special value, you sell 17 hours. So you you whittle it down and you whittle it down and you whittle it down and you get it down to a concise story. So we'll start again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyone want to give her any more feedback? Anything before we continue on?
Michelle?
Yeah, more detail, right? You'd like more detail. Okay. Are you all following the theory, like the outline of what I'm saying? Why me, my product, what I'm selling, 3 features and benefits, bring it home? Okay. Do you see when they, yes?
Maybe something that, like, because there's lots of uniform
Exactly.
One of the things is that each workshop for the kids,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's a really good feature.
What about influence, like somehow educating the viewer about art? Maybe something like, for instance, you can say uniforms are so outside and no one's wearing uniform, but actually it's kind of cool to wear a uniform now. You know what I mean? Like, kind of give them a little information on what's current and kind of see that you're credible.
Right. Right. Especially when you bring it to your uniform. Because you don't want to just sell uniforms. You want to sell your uniform.
Yeah.
Because it's a dog-eat-dog business out there. All right, yeah, okay. So we're going to do it again, but it's so, how creative though. Can we just give Sasha a round of applause? How creative is she? I fell in love with you. You sparkle. Okay, so let's try it again. Ready? Welcome back to FIT TV. So today we're going to talk about kids' clothing because it's a big concern for all us moms and dads out there. We make so many mistakes. We waste all this money. The kids don't wear it anyway. Then what do we do with it? We ended up giving it away to somebody else who's not going to wear it. Well, we have all your problems solved. We brought in an expert from New York City, Sasha from New York City, designs clothing. So we're going to hear her story, and please solve the problem for us, Sasha. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
So tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I went to FIT, still there, studied fashion, and I was always sort of drawn to uniforms. Personally, I was drawn to uniforms because it sort of takes out the guesswork in the morning. You hear that a lot. You either love or hate uniforms. If you love them, you love that you don't have to spend so much time thinking about what you're wearing. If you hate them, you feel like it sort of stifles creativity. And so that sort of plagued me for a while. Like, I don't want it to stifle creativity, but I want to work in uniforms. And so I have a story that sort of set me on a different path towards the children's market. I had a niece who was a couch potato. Her older sister played a lot of sports, and she was on a soccer team. And my brother was trying to get her to do sports with her older sister, didn't want to do it, and her older sister came home one day with this unbelievable uniform. It had this big shark on the back with a big mouth and ferocious teeth, and it just looked really, excuse my language, badass.
Yes.
And my niece looked at that uniform and said, I need to be on that team. If not only for the uniform, I want to be on that team. So I heard this story, and they just sort of thought it was funny, but she joined the team and got really into soccer, really into sports in general. And I thought, how cool would it be if you could get kids more motivated to be on teams through really interesting uniforms? And so, I did a little research on teams and enrollment in sports, and it turns out there's sort of a deficit in enrollment recently in the country. And being on a sports team does all sorts of good things for your health and teamwork. So, I thought about what if we could get those enrollment numbers up with cool uniforms. So I started uniforms for cool kids. And we do this interesting thing. What makes us unique is that teams can contact us and we'll help them workshop their ideas. So we find out what their mascot is, or maybe what the interest of the kids are. Maybe it changes every year. And we'll design with the kids. We let the kids kind of come up with prototypes, and we'll workshop with them. It doesn't always turn out to be the kids' designs, because sometimes it's like a dragon with 5 heads. We can't fit that on a t-shirt. But we'll work with them, and that's really fun for the kids. So they get involved in the uniform, and then a lot of them change every year. We come with a big binder full of different fabrics, and they can flip through the fabrics and figure out which ones they want. So it's really sort of teamwork to get to the place where the uniform's being produced. And then by the time the kids get them, it's like, oh my God, they get to see this whole thing come to life. So that's sort of what sets us apart from other uniforms. But
And now tell me about the one you're wearing today.
This one is made out of a microfiber shark skin. If you're familiar with the uniform that Michael Phelps wore in the Olympics and he won all those medals, this is made out of that. It's obviously on the more expensive side of the line, but this is a great option for maybe a swim team.
Great. And tell me about the color and the...
So this is Ferocious Purple, and I'm actually wearing the team. It's a swim team in Minnesota. They're the Minnesota minnows, and you can see there's a swarm of minnows on my back, and each minnow represents one of the team members, and it was just a lot of fun to work with these kids, so I wanted to represent the Minnesota minnows.
All right, so what do you think? Did she sell you the uniform? Okay.
Cool.
Beautiful, beautiful. So my only critique is you want to, because, usually in a situation like that, the host would have pounced in and cut her off because you have to get to the point really quickly. But because you were so charming and it was such an amazing story, I hung back because I realized it's one of those sells that the story is going to sell the item. So, but going forward, remember you want to get to what you're selling. So you want to tell the story, but then start referring to you. Because I still think you were selling the idea as opposed to selling the uniform, but made a big jump from the first time to the second time.
Cool.
Yay, all right, well done.
Meg, that's actually, sorry, that's loud. I see what you guys feel like now. That's a good point, though, between an idea and a product.
Yeah.
And ideas are often very hard to sell because they're just too big.
That's right.
So can you
And
talk a little? Yeah, she did that.
Well, she did that really well. And so that would have been a thing where, that would have been great on the Today Show. Like, that would have been a great thing where you would be a guest on the Today Show talking about this company. And I think what you did there, and I hope you do this actually, is that would have been a really great pitch sell to get backing for your company. So that's a different kind of sell, but you did it. So telling the story, determining the need, we're going to fill a need in the marketplace that nobody else has, the outreach with the kids participating. So all that those were your 3 features and benefits. You said the need, enrollment is down. Let's make really cool uniforms to get enrollment up. That's what we're doing. But what we do is we work with the kids, we have them to help design their own uniforms, and then the third thing was the fabric and the minnows and all that. So you did do 3 features and benefits. So that was really clever. Yay! And a lot of times when you launch an item that you've created on these home shopping networks, they want if the person who created the item is launching it, like if the designer is selling the clothing, they want to hear your story. The story is the biggest seller, but you eventually have to go from your story to your thing, which is really hard. It's hard to sell ourselves. It's hard to sell something we made, So it's a great exercise to kind of get over that hump of, I'm going to brag about what I made, because I need someone to buy it from me. And you're all learning how to design fashion, so this is a really important skill. How are you going to brag concisely? How are you going to take them on a journey with you where they can follow you and you are concise, but you are constantly saying to them, you want my product. Yeah, you want me. You want me, you want my product, you want my product, you want me. You want me, you want my product, you want my product, you want me. You want me, you want my product, you want my product, going on and on and on subconsciously. You have to be your biggest fan. But with humility, it's an interesting dance. Yes? Why don't you come down and sell something with me?
I think we need a man.
Come on! Now please, I'll be sad. You don't want to make a 54-year-old woman sad.
Have they ever considered doing the complete opposite to attract the customer?
Meaning?
Kind of like not doing what's expected, you know what I mean?
Well, they do, they're shaking it up all the time as far as they make really cool shows that are like talk shows, and it's conversational. But you have to still have done that work of knowing, because before you ever go on these networks, you have to submit approved claims. You have to submit claims about your item to get legal approval. So you have to at least do the work of what are your claims? What are your features? What are we selling here? Because it's very competitive, and it's not like a store where the customer is walking in and gets to buy it by herself. You have to sell it to her.
I feel like for instance, Shark Tank, the product, of course, they're really selling
Yeah,
the product.
it is.
You wouldn't come on Shark Tank, this product isn't,
Right. And it is the product.
and it is the product, but like for like home shopping, I feel like, for instance, if you were selling like a lipstick or a perfume, have they, is it how they, they present the product and how much people talk to them.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't expect that they're very friendly and be like, oh, you need it. But have they ever tried to do the opposite where it's kind of like they get someone who isn't like that and it's worked?
It depends if everyone's themselves. So if the designer is maybe not that friendly or is very direct, it's interesting. What's hard is that we do know who the customer is. And she's between 45 and 75. And she loves the show because it's like watching her friends on TV. Like they know all the hosts, they know the different programs, they follow the hosts, they follow the programs. So there has to be a consistency of a certain kind of vibe. You're not allowed to talk about current events, you're not allowed to talk about politics. It's this bubble of nothing exists outside of this. Sarcasm, it depends, listen, if the guest is fun and sarcastic, it happens. But you have to remember that the goal is not just to entertain or just to present. The goal is she has to pick up the phone and buy something. You are measured by your dollars per minute. You are not invited back to these networks if you don't meet your goal. Sometimes my goals are $20,000 a minute. That means a lot of women have to understand me at the same time. A lot of women have to trust me at the same time. So it's better to go positive, but not phony. Not phony. Phony doesn't work. They can feel it. And now that they all can comment on Facebook the entire time, oh my God, it's really mean. It can get really mean. So it's like, leave me alone. So it's better. The moral of the story is be yourself. So if your personality is sort of edgy and sarcastic, that's okay. But then your host is going to have to compensate because, it's intimidating buying things. And so our whole job through the TV screen is to say, hey, I've got this for you. I know how hard it is. I know there's a lot of product out there, and you're confused, and I'm confused, and you've lost a lot of money on stuff that didn't work out, and you had some saleswoman tell you it was going to be a great product, and then it wasn't, and you're frustrated. Let me help you. That's got to be, let me help you. Not let me be sarcastic, because then she's going to be, well, why do I want to buy from her? It's got to be two friends. They often say, instead of, imagining all of America, through the TV camera, one woman in your life that wants to hear what you have to say. So a lot of people put their mother in the camera. I have a friend named Lisa who is like my skincare student. She does everything I say. She's like, Meg, what cleanser do I buy? I'm here at Dwayne Reed, So I put my friend Lisa in because she's the perfect customer. She's just like, okay, so then what do I do? So I do this, and then I do this, and then okay, Meg, and then what I do? And when do I do that? Like, she's that customer that you want to sell to. So today, as we do this exercise, try to sell to one person because it makes it less scary, Which leads me to my next volunteer. Come on. You have something. I see. That's what you're going to sell, right? Is that, you want to sell it? Come on. You're very good. You're going to be fine. Now bring your item that you're going to sell. Bring your item. Perfect. You can even sell just the garment bag if you want. Hi. What's your name? Wazira. Beautiful. Come on. So, talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to put Wazira here at peace. So, you'll talk about yourself briefly, and then you'll talk about why you want to sell the garment bag? Great, so you'll talk about the garment bag and think of 3 features and benefits. So when you're looking at it, what do you think 3 features are of it? The handles, okay. That, great. The fact that it folds.
And then
sticks. And then you can put this through your arm, or you can do, perfect, so here you go. Wazira, right, beautiful. Welcome back to FIT TV. This is our Make Your Life Easier segment. going to be a whole show on things around the house, things in your life to make your life easier. We have a wonderful guest all the way from New York City, Wazira, who's going to help us with garment bags. I mean, come on, how many garment bags have you bought that didn't work out? I know I have a Longchamps one that doesn't work. It's heavy, it doesn't fold, it's ridiculous. I spent too much money on it. It sits in the corner of my closet and it makes me really angry. Well, now we have an expert so that I don't make that mistake again. Welcome.
Hello, thank
So
you.
come on over to my microphone here. So tell us about yourself before we
Hello.
get to your beautiful invention.
Hello, my name is Vazira. I'm from Uzbekistan. I came far from Uzbekistan to show you the great,
You can do it.
great, what is it called? Garment bag. So, this garment bag is actually really helpful. First, it has the handle, and then it has the see-through thing. So you can actually see what's inside, which one you can choose, and then it actually folds,
Perfect.
and then you can like have it as a bag, walk it like this. So it's really good for, it keeps you clean in the closet.
Yeah, you're doing great. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing. Whatever you do, keep breathing.
So I would highly recommend to get this orange bag. It comes in different colors and in different, it actually comes in longer sizes as well. So thank you for it.
Fabulous. All right. Okay, that was great. Come here. You're doing great. Okay, so that was great. So, okay, what I loved, I'll tell you the first thing that was great, she went right to the product. She went right in, and when you're nervous and you don't want to talk too much, because, you know, in a way, talking too much about the company, you're talking about yourself, and not getting to the product in a timely way slows the pace of the sell down. So the fact that you went right in and you opened it up and you gave us a tour of the product, and that's what they call it on QVC and HSN. You know, if a handbag is being sold, the guest will give it the tour. So she'll open the bag and the camera will zoom in and she'll talk about all the interior design, the pockets, the zippers, things like that, then the leather, then the straps. So what she did really well is she went right into giving us a tour of the garment bag. So, so I think we're going to do it again. And my only critique is just slow down. Slow down so you don't rush, because when you rush, we can stumble on our words. It's really important to breathe. You have much more time than you think. It feels like it's a long time, but then it's over before you know it. So just keep breathing. When you breathe and you set the pace of how you speak, you actually send a message to whoever you're talking to that you're confident. You know who mastered this? Was Bill Clinton. He would never rush when he spoke. He never showed in a debate or in a speech that he was scared. He didn't stumble on his words. He's just steady, steady, steady. So if you're one who gets a little nervous and you stutter a little bit or you trip over your words, it's because you've stopped breathing, you know, and your mouth can't keep up. So just breathe. Slow and steady. And I have a little trick when I'm nervous before I go on. I just wiggle my toes in my shoes. And I try to really feel the ground. And I really try to work on my posture. Shoulders down, long spine, chin forward, chest forward. Show you're grounded, you're confident. Breathe. There you go. And then you start your sell. So we're going to do it again.
I'm more nervous now.
No, you're great. No. Your only goal is to slow down. That's the only thing you have to do differently. Okay. We're back. FIT TV. So we thought we'd make life easy around the house, because you know how we're cleaning out our closets and nothing is working, and we hate our luggage, and we hate our handbags, and we hate our organizational units, and we spend all this money on stuff we're not using. Wouldn't it be great to have an expert all the way from New York City to make your life easier and to tell you what you need? That's what we have here today with Wazira. She's come all the way from New York City with this wonderful garment bag that she designed.
Hello, everyone. I'm here, and my name is Vazira. I'm here today to show you the best garment bag in the whole world. So this garment bag is has 3 features that is really good, which it has handle, and it has the see-through, and then it has this part where you can put it together and carry it as a bag. And this bag comes in different colors, in different sizes. You can get whichever you want, and the price is really affordable. So
Just wrap it up, say.
it's really good to get this.
Okay, all right, give her a hand. Okay, so the tour went really well, right? She did a nice tour of the bag. She did the great order. She went handles, down, window, and then she went back up, and then she demoed into her arm really well, so it was a really nice demonstration. So there you go, you did it. Give her a hand. And you're adorable. See, she's herself. It's important to be yourself. When you're yourself, they believe you. Don't try to be a version of yourself that you think is better than yourself. It's too much work. You know how they say, better to tell the truth, it's easier to remember the truth than a lie? It's just easier to be yourself. It's because you can be yourself more consistently than this made-up version of yourself. That's a lot of work, especially in dating. But that's a whole other show.
I think we might have time for one more.
Okay, one more. Come on. You want to do it? Yeah. Don't you want to do it? Yes, you. Yes, you. Don't you want to do it? Come. Because she's been very diligent. She's been taking a lot of notes. So I'm very impressed. So as she's walking down, let's recap. What's the first thing you do? And then what do you want 3 of? And then bring it all home. Okay, what's your name?
Sam.
Sam.
Amanda.
Samantha. So you like being called Sam?
Yeah,
I like that too, that's cool. All right, I'm Meg. So what are we gonna sell today?
It's a headboard that folds into a table, so your bed can turn into a table.
Fabulous. All right. So do you want to pretend this is it and use this as a demo? Or do you
Sure.
Or do you want to just hold the design? It's up to you.
All right, I'll demo it. I can pretend that this is it.
Yeah, and just hold it here and just, use this space.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. Come up to the microphone. Welcome back. Today at FIT TV, we're going to work on how to make small spaces more useful. A lot of you live in small apartments and have offices in small spaces, and wouldn't it be great to have a product that does several things at once? Well, Sam, all the way from New York City, is an inventor and a designer, and she's got the perfect solution for us to get 2 pieces of furniture out of 1. Sam, welcome to FIT TV.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm Sam. I'm from New Jersey, but I'm living in New York right now. And a huge problem for a lot of people living in New York is space. I know a lot of you guys as fashion designers hate coming to the lab because you guys need a lot of space because you don't have space to work in your apartment. So my product is a headboard, which here it is, right here. And there's a hinge right here.
There you go. Do that. There you go.
Okay. This is the headboard, and there's a hinge on the top and on the bottom. So you fold it down over your bed and open so that your entire bed turns into a table, so that during the day you can use it to work when you're not sleeping.
That's wonderful. So bring it home.
You should.
Okay, way to bring it home.
I don't know how to do
Okay,
that.
I forgot that. Okay. One of the ways to bring it home is just to reiterate the problem, to solve the problem, right? So she says, you know how in New York we don't have a lot of space, headboard into table, table into headboard. So a way to bring it home is you can say, so we've solved the problem. You now have a headboard and a table in one. That's a way to kind of put a button on it. It's kind of an ending to the story. So, but any feedback? Because I thought that was very clear what she did. Yes.
You could sprinkle in something that without
Yeah, stating a problem and then fixing the problem is really good. It's really good. All right. Any other feedback? People in the row here? Any feedback? Any suggestions? Yes.
Bounce off of it, you would say that like you can use it for like every size bed. Yeah.
That's great. This is a great idea.
Thanks.
You really should do something with this.
I know, I wanted to because my bed has like little posts that are raised and I wanted to just get like a giant wood thing like to put on it to turn it into a table. That's how I thought of it.
It's great. You should really copyright that or trademark that. All right, we're going to do it again. So no more suggestions, no more critiques? Okay, here we go. Welcome back to FIT TV. So our show today is focusing on solving problems around the house, especially when the house is small and we would like furniture to do perform more than one task for us. Well, we have a designer all the way from New York City. Her name is Sam. She's amazing. She's got the problem solved for us. Sam, welcome to FIT TV.
Thank you.
So tell us about yourself. Tell us about your unique design.
I'm Sam, and a lot of you guys have really small apartments, not a lot of room to work on them. You have to go to the lab to find room to cut fabric or to work on projects. And my invention combines with a table and a bed so that when you're not sleeping during the day, you can turn your bed into a table. Here's the product, and it has hinges on both the top and the bottom of the headboard so that you can fold the headboard over the bed and unfold it into a table so that you have space to work. And now that you know about this, you can buy it and save space in your apartment and never have to leave again.
All right. Okay. That was a better wrap-up. That was great. Yay! So I'm just curious, how do you think you could apply this technique in your day-to-day life? How do you think you could apply this technique of presenting a product, but in your day-to-day life? Like at school, for example. So it's not just about home shopping.
When it comes to like critiques and when we're, I guess, sharing what it makes you
Yeah. It's just about organizing your thoughts. And I literally like to see the outline in my head, you know? And then you don't have to memorize word for word, you know, what you're going to say, but you have an idea of chunks. I call them the chunks. And the number 3 is a great number. Just always have 3 things to say and 3 things about the 3 things that you say. And a lot of times, a great trick, if you feel like someone's not listening to you, especially if you're having an argument with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you say, I just have 3 things to say. And then they're going to be quiet because they know they just have to listen to 3 things. And you go 1, bada 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 bada, 2, bada 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 bada, 3, bada 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 bada. But then you have to really stop. You have to really get it in the 3. And it's interesting, you're going to see this 3 is everywhere. You're going to see it in talk shows, you're going to see it in the news broadcasts, you're going to see it in commercials. 3 is the magic number. 3 is all she can take in. And when you go to 4, it's so interesting. You can feel them go, ugh, too much. You know, especially in home shopping where it's a dialogue between the host and the guest. So if you're going to do 3 and you say your 3 and your benefits and your features, and if you go to the 4, it's interesting how it becomes lopsided and then it makes the other person anxious because it's their turn to speak. So when you're really clear, you say, I have 3 things to say, boom, 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 let it land. Then the other person picks up the ball, they're like, great, okay, and then this trust builds. So that's a great trick. Just in your day-to-day life, just say, there are 3 reasons why you need to give me an A, Joshua. Joshua! So thank you for having me. I hope you learned something today.
Thank you so much, Meg. I'm sure if you have any questions, you'll hang out for a few minutes and answer.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. It's always so much fun to have her, and thank you guys for participating. I know some of you felt really uncomfortable, but that's okay, right?
Did great.
And I would even add, practicing out loud in front of people or even in front of a mirror is really important, especially to get ready for these job interviews. Talking to yourself is a really great way to practice, right?
I do it all the time. I also think that practicing it while you're moving your body, I find that it frees me up. I don't get as stiff and scared. So I often find when I'm vacuuming or cleaning, or doing something physical that's opposite of the talking, it frees up the talking and it keeps my mind focused. So you can, walking down the street, you can practice your presentation.
They just think you're on your cell phone.
That's it. That's it.
All right, well, thank you again
Thank
for
you.
coming, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yay!